with the music is so many elements of your career taking off. Basically, you have to become a company. So it's like Young Drees. That's not a rapper. Mm-hmm. That's a company. Mm-hmm. Because you got to find road managers, travel agents. It's so much that go to it that you need to know, because if you don't, then you're going to give it to the label. The label going to do it all, and that's how they end up getting ripped.
Mm-hmm. They doing them like 360 deals.
And that's the only deal they're giving out. Mm-hmm. Either you independent or you in a 360 deal.
What's happening, babe?
Right now you listening to
Innovative Black Station.
Innovative Black Station.
The place where you can speak your
mind.
Your mind.
Welcome to the Innovative Black Station. It's your host, Jay Blackmond, and today on the show, we got a Cincinnati legend. Mr. Duda down the way.
Yeah.
Talk Boogie, talking what's going on with you?
Nothing, same old. Just keeping the business moving, just different directions on different levels. Mm-hmm. There's levels to this shit, so just advancing. Everything got to advance in life, so
Right. We here to talk about your management, but we can't overlook the career that you had. Yeah. How long ago was it when the Down the Way came out?
Actually came out in 2003. And a lot of people got wind of it once it got to like 2004, with all the promotion. Once the promotion got super big, but the city knew of it pretty much in 2003.
Yeah, I remember hearing it on the radio, man.
Oh, yeah. The good old days.
Yeah. So since the Down the Way, how many projects did you have? How long was you doing the music?
After that or before it?
Or just before and after?
Oh wow. To be honest, like before that situation, I had already been doing music for like 12 years. Mm-hmm. So then after that, it kept going to about 2010.
Mm-hmm. And major deal, record deals? Record deals?
Well, the major record deal was with the As Is project.
Okay.
After that was more just like independent projects.
Right. Yeah. And I think I heard like during that time with the Down the Way, you had like some issues with Pitbull or something, because Pitbull ended up taking the beat. I'm like, nah.
Well, that's correct. Ain't nobody took nothing.
Okay.
That scenario was the beat got sold twice by Jim Johnson, the same guy that made Lollipop for Lil Wayne.
Okay, yeah.
He from Florida, which everybody knows that. So that's when we went down to Florida. That's where we made the song in his studio in Florida.
Okay.
So he took that same track and he presented it to Pitbull, I guess under the assumption that Tocka and Garnett wasn't going to do too much with it.
Okay, yeah.
So once he done presented it to him and we done took off with it, and now they was doing what they was doing with it, so it was like shit. Mm-hmm. So that's what that scenario was, and I don't know what all that label did, because we actually seen them at the Source Awards.
Okay.
So when we seen them at the Source Awards, that was almost like an awkward standoff.
Who, the Pitbull or the dude?
Pitbull, the whole, the Jim Johnson, the whole squad. Yeah,
okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Almost like on it was like the movie Compton, when Ice Cube ran into NWA at the whatever conference that when they started fighting.
Oh yeah.
It was the same thing without the fight.
Okay. Okay. And we talking about the issues you had. You had some with Soulja Boy too, didn't you?
Well, yeah, because there's a lot of biting been going on.
Okay.
And they still do it, but a lot of people don't understand it. But yeah, it was with the dance where we did a lot of promotion down there in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. That's why I say we was everywhere with this. Mm-hmm. So he done seen the concept and took the concept as far as the dance and put it with his dance and his video. Right. And it pretty much so I did like a side by side just to show the actual biting of it.
Right. Okay.
So okay. A lot of people was like, Top, you see what he doing? I'm like, I ain't tripping, but for my people, for my fans, for my city.
Right.
I'm gonna address it. So that's how that works.
Now, with having about 20 years in the music game, now you decided to go towards the management side. Mm-hmm. What made you want to do that? Because a lot of people they do their thing and they get out.
Well, the management side, I was just kind of done with it, but I still would go to the studio and make music for myself. But as far as the management, it's my artist Young Drees. Shout out to Young Drees. Like the last 2 years, he literally just kept coming to the shop, to the barber shop, begging me to be his manager. But I'm like, I'm cool. I don't want to do it. And he wouldn't stop. And that's another thing, consistency. He stayed consistent, and not only he stayed consistent, his mom stayed consistent with it too. She was like, well, Todd, I don't trust nobody else with my son. But like I told him, like, I ain't gonna be your manager, but I will give you the advice that you need. So he would keep coming for the advice, but keep asking as far as being a manager. Then his mom was, I don't trust nobody else with my son. I only trust you as far as your hands, because she been knowing me doing music back when I say like the 15 years, the 12 years before I even got to the down the way situation.
Right.
She had, we've been cool. So they consistency, then his mom even got to the point where she was like, well, fuck it. How much it's gonna cost? I'll pay you to do it. But I'm like, nah. She was like, nah. And she kept saying it. So one day he asked me to come to his album release. So we get to the album release. I'm just there chilling. X was there, that other X spot. So once the music got done playing the music for everybody, he was like introducing people like this my mom, this my dad, this the X producer, made all the tracks. Then he was like, I want to introduce y'all to somebody else. And he was like, my manager, Tocka.
Put it right on top. Put you right in the
Yeah,
spot.
they put me cold in the spot in front of all these people. I don't want to.
Yeah.
So now I got to kind of accept the situation.
Yeah.
But it's all good because I've accepted that. It's working. It's a beautiful thing. It actually even brings more life to me as far as dealing with the music industry. Because I really was like, I'm out. I don't like the direction where the music is going. To each his own. I'm older, got kids, so I can't be a part of all this negative music like that. What I did in my time, that was my time. But right now it's different. I got children, so I can't, But and with his music, it's all positive, and that's the other reason I don't mind doing it.
Right.
It's all positive. He don't even cuss. It's motivation, inspiration, basically the same direction I'm with every business venture that I get into. If it doesn't have anything to do with education, motivation, and inspiration, I'm not a part of it. I'm not finna do it just for the money.
Right.
But don't get me wrong, I'm gonna get to the money. You ain't gotta worry about that part.
And I think it's like it's good that like somebody like you, like, because it seemed like, especially in hip hop, it's that divide between the older rappers and the younger
That's the
rappers.
problem.
And especially in Cincinnati, a city where we got a lot of talent, but it ain't, you coming together, you having that expertise, and then he a young, fresh, hungry person, you bringing that to him. What is some of the advice that you done gave him, like that you saw from your time that you feel like, I learned from that, or
That I gave
could
him?
have avoided that? Yeah.
Well, especially from a manager's perspective, and with him and his company, which his company is his mom. Like a lot of people don't know that. That's the bag behind that machine. So, but first thing, like I told them, even before I decided to become the manager, is where to spend your money and not spend it in places that doesn't help, where people are just getting your money, or you need to fly down to this city, we're going to set you up with a meeting with so-and-so, it's going to just that and the third, and it's going to cost you this and cost you that, but now you're spending money in a situation that you shouldn't be paying for.
Right.
Because just because you're going somewhere to meet them for a meeting, that don't mean you're getting something out of that.
Right.
And another key is stop spending your money for these meetings to meet somebody, because you actually can just pay that person for that person number and you can talk to them yourself.
True.
Instead of, taking all these trips and going to sit in this big office like this, now you just caught up in the whole imaginary, I'm finna get signed.
Right.
We finna go talk to this label. Like, who really cares because you talk to a label? A lot of people fall into it, but at the end of the day, it's a lot of people that they don't talk to a lot of labels. And SoCal was going to get a deal. Ain't got a deal. They hope the subject don't come back up on what happened with that meeting because it didn't go nowhere.
Yeah.
So it's I give him a lot of things. Artist development stuff on that. Like now we go places, we go to people's shows, concerts, and everything. And like I tell him, we don't go for the entertainment, we go for the lesson. We go for things like, did you like that show? He'd be like, yeah. So I'm like, well, what did you like about that show? You got to be able to explain what you like, so you can take that and implement it in what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I like how he had a live band. He had so much energy. You know what I'm saying? Well, know that maybe you can incorporate a live band and make sure you have that energy with what you do.
Right.
So, and it's stuff like that, and even from artists, like say if it's an artist you like you'll take say a Drake. Be like, well, what is it that you like about Drake? Like, well, when he rap and he sing, man, it like he has so much passion or compassion with his lyrics or his subject matter.
Right.
Well, then that lets you know that then put more compassion in what you do. Don't try to make a song like Drake. Just put more compassion in your music.
And that's, I mean, when you think about it, when artists first come out or people start new things, they kind of resemble the people that they look up to.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Because Drake kind of sounded like Wayne when he first came out.
Yeah,
and he got into his own sound, and that's how it really came. You know, it come down to.
Like when he came out, he reminded me of Lil Wayne and Kanye mixed together. You know, like with the auto tune and the cold characteristics of Wayne, and still to this day, he still remind me of those type guys.
Right. Now you talked about like paying for meetings. How do you feel about like artists paying to perform?
Paying to that's where the game done changed. So paying to perform. When you pay to perform, being that the game done changed, just make sure you know your market is your type of market, and if the crowd is big enough, if you know they're gonna have a nice following, then a lot of times it's worth it. That's just like if somebody doing a concert at arena, and they say, well, Lil Wayne performing. You know, them people probably paid Wayne $80,000 to perform, so you know there's gonna be a lot of people there. So if they tell you, well, we're gonna let you perform, but it's gonna cost you $3,500. I think you should pay that $3,500.
But you know, a lot of people, they be doing them little coast to coast events. It's like 30 people on the bill. You getting 10 minutes. It's like they just really going to get the coast to coast people just getting their money.
Well, then at the same time, marketing strategies. If they tell you 10 minutes, they say 35. Say they say $1,000, you get 10 minutes. Well, I got 3,000. Can I get 25 minutes?
Money talk.
Money talk.
Yeah.
And you know, and then at the same time, especially you guys out there with this game where you supposed to be who you say you is in these raps. So if in your raps you talking money, act like it. You talk that big money, you know, save that money that you spending on that. I ain't gonna say nonsense, to each his own. Whatever you spend it on, save some of that bottle money and pay more for that stage. Pay for that time on that stage. You understand what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
What do you feel that, just as a whole, that the newer artists they kind of missing, they not doing that they should be doing?
Creativity.
What you mean by that? Like they just copying off everybody's style. Everybody got the same style.
I wouldn't even say the same style. Even if you use somebody's style, add something to it to make it different. And that's where the creativity come in at. Do something different. Like, I'm going to give y'all a big one. Y'all better do it before I get my artist to do it. But everybody likes a movie. Everybody likes a story. You already know where I'm going with this. Artists now don't tell stories.
They just make the videos.
And they talk about what we're doing. But on a day-to-day basis, we all still go to the movies and stuff like that. We like stories. This is who we are. So, you know, make your song tell a story, a different creative story. Tell a story what happened in the hood. Make it a story. Don't just talk about what happened in the hood. Make it a story. Make it a beginning and end. Make it a plot or something. So, stories.
Okay.
That creativity.
Now, with the Cincinnati music scene, what do you feel is stopping the Cincinnati music scene from really taking that next step, or even just the Midwest, really?
Well, I'm gonna say I guess you could say the Midwest in a sense, but some other places may do it. But us, it's just networking, networking together, creating that industry within the industry. We need a music industry in Cincinnati. You know, artists, DJs, labels, club promoters, everybody need to have like a channel that we can all network through. You know, we don't have those we don't have no type of music conference here on any level to bring us together at one time to even network. You know, you may take the they go up to the Mad Frog, you know.
Right, the open mics.
Yeah, the open mics. Yeah. But sometimes it's even bigger than the open mic, you know. That's, you know, we really need a bigger spot on a higher level
Just so you can see all aspects.
So you can see all aspects.
Yeah, because it ain't really just the artists. It's it's the managers.
Yeah, because if you get together, you might can find a manager. Mm-hmm. You might can find that singer that you need on your track. Mm-hmm. But if you don't know of anybody that's singing because you ain't in these networks, you got to get together and just get around everybody. And that's the whole thing. We just had to create those industries within the industry.
And speaking of network, you do you're doing like a barbershop talk show thing.
Yeah.
What is what's the purpose of that, and what is that about?
It's Shop Talk Live. Shop Talk Live is the whole purpose is to enlighten, educate, and entertain. Mm-hmm. But more than that, it's that whole same thing. Giving people this network, because in the barbershops, it's a networking center. Mm-hmm. You get so many different people coming in the barbershops. You can find guys who drive a beer truck. You can find a lawyer. You can find a police. You can find anything. Everybody get their hair cut. Mm-hmm. So you can find any type of avenue that you need. Mm-hmm. So Shop Talk Live is basically informing people of these avenues, informing people of these situations that's going on in our hoods, in our cities. Current situations, social situations. We doing the one December 4th. It's on entrepreneurship and social issues within the community. Okay. So it's giving that whole conversation so we all can have an understanding of what's going on, what we can do to fix it, how we can change it, how we can make it better for each other, and also to inspire people that, you see we got these people that's doing it that y'all don't know here on a higher level. A lot of y'all got the talent. Y'all just ain't got that motivation. So, we here to motivate. So that's, the purpose of Shop Talk Live, because, we sit and talk in the shops all the time. That's how it actually got started. Like, me and my cousin been talking about it for like the last 2 years. Mm-hmm. Like, man, if we just had a camera here, listen to these conversations, because, I talk a lot and I'll go deep into a conversation, like real deep, and everybody know it. Then a lot of people come to my shop, and after they talk, they feel better about themselves. They got information. Because I talk about pretty much anything, and I'm gonna give you the raw, whether you like it or not. Sometimes it's the conversations in the shop be tense, be arguments, right? But it's still coming to an understanding at the end of the day, because we all grown. So we can argue, we can choose to disagree, but we still gonna have an understanding that we can go our separate ways. And sometimes you go home and you think about it. Right. And you may see something different, like, what, damn, like, he was right. But then sometimes you come back, hey, what, player, you was right. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Be men, be grown, be adults about anything, and we can grow and prosper and get to the next level.
What are you and Young G's, or what are y'all working on? Y'all got anything coming up?
Yeah, just dropped a new video. Back in the studio, making more songs, doing this grooming. These got shows lined up, doing a lot of promotion, and it's just I'm just seasoning for the big boom. So that's what it is, and that's you young guys rapping, man. Find y'all somebody that can brush y'all off and make sure you polish. It's like you can have the best hoop game in the world, raw talent, but if you don't have those fundamental skills that Mr. Miyagi gonna give you, you need that, or you're gonna get stuck. So it just, make sure you season, you polish. Check with all these big artists trust me, they got mentors or some older rapper or something that keep them on point, because it's gonna be business situations you need to know about. A lot of y'all don't understand marketing and branding and stuff like that. Then you wonder why you get stuck. It's a lot that go with it. So, make sure you got, your lawyers. Make sure you got a good lawyer. Know how to go find a lawyer. With the music, it's so many elements to your career taking off. Basically, you have to become a company. So it's like Young Drees, that's not a rapper. That's a company. Because, you got to find road managers, travel agents. It's so much that go to it. that you need to know, because if you don't, then you're gonna get with the label. The label gonna do it all, and that's how they end up getting raped.
They doing them with 360 deals.
And that's the only deal they're giving out. Either you independent or you in a 360 deal.
So what lane are y'all looking to go? Y'all looking to stay independent? Y'all want to stay independent?
Independent.
Okay. Now you mentioned your social media. Where can they find you at on social media?
You can find me at you can go on Instagram, Talk Boogie, or you can go on Facebook, Tocka Massey. That's pretty much it. I keep it real simple.
Okay. And you got any shout outs before we get out of here?
Shout outs now, but stay tuned. I got my new barbershop opening up too. They got to know that the barber business. You know, I am Mr. Famous Cuts. Shout outs. Shout out to my city, Cincinnati, 513. You know, I ain't gotta do names. If you're a part of that,
Cincinnati.
you know, shout out to Young Drees. Shout out to Young X.
Shout out.
Shout out to Jay Black.
Shout out.
Let me see who making it shake. Shout out to Kim Turnbull, Darla Keys, the team. Matter of fact, and I'm on their team too. Know your position. Play your position. Know when to lead, know when to follow. Know when to be a boss, and know when to even put somebody else to lead your company, even though it's your company. Let me see. Who else? Shout out to Diamond Cuts. Bernie, E. Day. Let me see. Who else? Let me see who I was going to give a shout out to. Shout out to Tracy Hunter. Because the city need to get behind her. Let me see. Shout out to Shop Talk Live. Y'all know me. Memory getting a little older. So that's what it is, man.
Well, shout out, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's Tocka, Talk Boogie, Innovative Black Station.
Yes, sir.
You gotta reply to tweets. You gotta reply to Facebook messages. You gotta keep them engaged, because there's so much flying at you, so much music being released. It's easy to be forgotten about. And so I encourage artists like, message those who message you, appreciate those who appreciate you. It goes a long way.